here loves to travel? I love it for many reasons, but mostly as a means to connect with the people in my life and to make new memories together. But I've been through enough travel experiences in large groups to know that it's not easy to coordinate divergent interests and come together to have a travel experience that we're all happy and comfortable with. So this might not seem related, but in 2016, I took my first avalanche safety course. Do we have any backcountry skiers in the audience? All right. It's okay, you don't have to be a skier to get it. We take these trainings to help make more informed decisions in the backcountry and perform rescues when necessary. What I didn't expect to learn was a lot about group dynamics and facilitation skills. And it occurred to me there's a lot to that can help us better inform how we plan our group trips and solve some of those common problems. So I want to take you guys through that a little bit. So the first thing you need to do is get each other on the same page. And that might seem obvious, but we backcountry skiers, we take the time to build a really deep understanding of what our intentions are for a travel experience. And if you don't do that, that misalignment on that higher level exposes you to risk. And similarly with travel, if you don't agree on that purpose in advance, you might see some conflict, and that can be avoided. So, take the time to ask each other, why do we want to travel together? And I promise you'll be setting yourselves up for a more connected experience and be able to manage getting through decisions a bit more nimbly as a group, which, as you know, all of you know, is not easy. So let's dive a little bit deeper into the travel daydream. I'll be honest, a lot of the places that I've ended up on my group trips are not what I had planned for or were my first choice, but despite what you see here, this would be my first choice. But one of the strength of our experiences in a group is coming from that diversity of opinion. And one of my favorite takeaways as a backcountry skier was this emphasis on mutual respect between partners. It doesn't matter what your ski gear is, it doesn't matter how strong a skier you are, it's all about having respect for your partner's decisions and making those together. And that has changed the way that I travel and changed the way that I like to put an experience together with a group. So, your travel experience can be singularly focused or it can be expansive. You can look to each other and build something that's based on your collective experience and what you all have to bring to the table, which I promise you is a lot better than what's just in your own head. And I love solving those kinds of problems, and it's always a challenge every time to find a way to merge your opinions that are divergent. So say, for example, your group has landed on a wintry vacation, and there's some folks who are not so psyched on the cold weather. Well, you can offer them the coziest cabin you guys can find, hot cocoa, hot tub time, and you can also carve out time for your outdoor snowy activities, if you're sensing a theme here. So if you're not able to work through that compromise, you can remind each other where you're coming from originally and sort of have that anchor point of why we decided to travel together. And you should be able to work through that a little more amicably. Groups move slowly, and as we start to sort of build our itinerary, it's so important to keep that in mind. And what we like to do is find one core purpose for each day, so one big activity, but then have sort of informed free time on either side. So if you can do some research beforehand about restaurants, bars, things that you can do without robbing yourself of the spontaneity of travel, but also having ideas in your back pocket so that if you're feeling tight on time or feeling stressed, you guys can all sort of flow with it. So then through execution, staying with the theme, we all sort of share that burden, and we do this thing called day captains, where you're able to allocate the tasks out that you need to do for each day, choose a volunteer for each day, and you pick up all the reservations and pick up all the logistics and manage sort of everyone having a good experience that day, which shares the burden and sort of closes that loop that we initiated at the start, that it's on all of us to make this trip a great experience. And through that, we can all better enjoy each other's company and connect and have a great experience together. So while the stakes of group travel are not usually as high as staying safe from an avalanche, I hope that you guys can take some of these lessons forward like I have and have more connected and engaging travel experiences. Thanks.